Hey everyone, I'm Coach Trevor, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the correlation between fitness streaks and your progress towards goals. Now, we see streaks in almost every aspect of our lives, whether we realize it or not. From social media to games to fitness and so on, nearly all tech companies from the likes of Apple, Fitbit, and Peloton have done their parts to shift fitness mentality in the industry with their programming and app structures to utilize some sort of daily streak or accomplishment in which the user, you, are incentivized to complete. So you may be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, today we'll be looking into those who have ridden the streak highs and gotten up past the 50 to 100 day marks with step goals, run miles, Peloton rides, and so on to see what may seem like a healthy habit on the outside could become an unhealthy obsession on the inside. So when talking about a streak, what exactly do I mean? Well, for today, a streak will be used in the context of achieving something for multiple days at a time, like a chain of successful accomplishments. It indicates that a specific activity has been consistently performed without interruption or failure over a consecutive number of days. Now, the length a streak is continued for is determined by the number of days the activity has been completed successfully, with the goal being to extend the streak as long as possible. We know that streaks often serve as motivational tools to encourage individuals to maintain consistency and discipline. After all, a body in motion stays in motion. You're less likely to skip out on a day of running if you have a 30-day streak as compared to just 3 or 4 days. You may even find yourself getting outside your comfort zone simply to continue your streak. Just take these fitness goers, for example. Sourced from the Peloton website. I get up before 4 a.m. every day before the rest of the world wakes up to work out and make sure I don't need to spend any time during the day worrying about losing my streak. Another one. Anytime I walk the dog, I put on my outdoor workout activity, both for the music and for my streak. Now here's another one from the Apple website itself. 3 rings, move, exercise, stand, 1 goal, close them every day. It's such a simple and fun way to live a healthier day. You'll want to do it all the time. That's the idea behind the activity app on Apple Watch. And finally, sourced from The Verge, discussing Fitbit users' anticipation for streaks coming back to devices after previously being removed. When the Fitbit app relaunched with a new design last month, some users were dismayed to find that their streaks have disappeared. After seeing the outpour of love, step streaks will be returning to the iOS version of the app, and Google says it's coming to Android as well in the future. The rising prominence of activity streaks in the fitness industry is undeniable. And to the inexperienced or now overtrained fitness goers, along with skilled marketers behind the scene, this trend is a good thing. And from the outside looking in, people are getting and staying fit. So what's the big deal? Well, streaks can be useful in promoting consistency and motivation. They can also have negative consequences for mental and physical health. So that being said, let's start with burnout. A term we've all most likely heard in the office setting when referring to working nonstop on a project without ample break times can also be used when discussing physical activity. Prioritizing streaks can make it challenging to take breaks or adapt to changing life circumstances. This inflexibility can eventually lead to burnout or exhaustion as individuals push themselves relentlessly to maintain the streak without considering their well-being or other important aspects of their lives. Getting sick, being injured, or simply having a night of poor or inadequate sleep are just 3 reasons why you would ordinarily be well within reason to take a break from activity and let your body recover. But with the social pressures of a high score streak, you are more likely to push through and work out, adopting a all or nothing or no pain, no gain mindset, when in reality, a rest day would have been the most progress-inducing activity you could have done. Trying to maintain a streak can also lead to an unhealthy obsession with fitness. For many, streaks can create an excessive pressure and anxiety as individuals become overly focused on not breaking the streak rather than enjoying the activity at hand. And in the same light, perfectionist tendencies can arise, causing distress if a streak is interrupted, leading to feelings of failure or disappointment. Take Apple's very own user forum with nearly 400 frustrated user reports of activity streaks being broken and interrupted, inadvertently causing frustration, stress, and anxiety to the end user. Breaking a streak, whether due to circumstances outside your control, intentional rest days, or in the case of Apple, an app glitch, can cause guilt and anxiety. Users may feel a sense of failure or disappointment even when it's entirely normal to have breaks or interruptions. This emotional response can negatively impact mental health and create an unhealthy relationship with the activity and the idea of rest days themselves. Take this article from The Verge, explaining how hard it is to use smart fitness devices without feeling a sense of urgency about a streak and not being able to take much needed pauses when life gets in the way. It says, unfortunately, most wearables fail at giving you a break, even when it's justified. It's simply not built into their programming. Fitbit, Garmin, and every other fitness tracker under the sun also uses gamification as a motivation tool. And while it can feel amazing when you're in the zone, it can ironically be demotivating when you break a streak for reasons outside of your control. And the longer the streak, the more demotivating it could be when you inevitably break it. But besides the obvious mental stressors that can form due to streak counting, how about the physical aspect? When working out, especially during intense activities that involve resistance training or intense physical exertion, small muscle tears occur in your muscle fibers. These tears are commonly referred to micro tears, and we feel these muscle tears in the form of soreness, usually 24 to 48 hours after the activity. This is known as delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS for short. And while this soreness is completely normal, it's important to note that without giving your body time to rest, these micro tears will not have ample time to properly repair and thus grow, which is how our muscles build. Working out when sore from a previous activity is not the issue at point, and in fact, doing so may ease previous soreness felt. It's the continued and prolonging muscle repair that becomes the problem. Not to mention, when your body is sore, it will take any shortcut it can to make repairing the body a priority. So that workout you're trying to perform after being sore for days back to back will not be as effective. And you may even end up injuring yourself by unintentionally using improper form in order to push past the soreness and complete the workout. So after making the case against streaks, it's worth noting a few better options for you to view your progress and to strive for your achievements. Instead of focusing solely on maintaining an unbroken streak, it can be more beneficial to adopt a more balanced and sustainable approach to fitness. This means setting a realistic goal that aligns with your overall well-being rather than pushing yourself to simply tick off a box. By shifting your focus from streaks to sustainable habits, you allow yourself flexibility and the freedom to adapt your routine to changing needs and circumstances. Engage in healthy activities because they're good for you, not because of a streak. This new perspective can encourage a healthier mindset that values quality over quantity, where each workout or activity is an opportunity to enjoy and engage in meaningful movement, rather than just a means to an end. Focus on fitness consistency rather than an unbroken chain. This is something that's enforced at my club, where members are restricted to just 5 classes in a row before a 2-day break must be taken. Now, this strict approach ensures that members are taking ample rest time at the gym and allows their bodies time to recover. So team, while streaks can be useful in promoting consistency and motivation, they can also have negative consequences for one's mental and physical health. It's essential to approach streaks with a balanced mindset, emphasizing self-care and flexibility. Understand that occasional breaks or interruptions are normal and healthy. Prioritize your well-being rather than becoming fixated on maintaining a streak at the expense of the reason the streak is done itself, which is to be healthy. I'm wishing you luck on your health and fitness journey ahead, and we'll talk next time.